Report out of the world, or the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So you actually have it's a little nature around me, but definitely make sure you check out blackfoxnews.com/shop. Get yourself some gear like this to support the movement. All different colors, shapes and sizes, pardon me. You know what I mean? Different movements going on too within that. The Stop the KKK movement, the Still Our Grind, my own album mixtape movement. You got shirts, shoes, flip-flops, towels, all of that, man. Definitely check out. You can find the link in the Instagram bio for Black Fox News or in the video description of any one of our YouTube videos. Now check this out though. Nationally, globally, by the time you see this, there will have been 1 million people that have actually been infected, reported to have been infected with the coronavirus disease 2019. In America, over 5,000 people have so far died and have their deaths attributed to COVID-19, coronavirus disease 2019. Managers at the Strategic National Stockpile saying all of the life-saving equipment is all but gone, like the ventilators and all of that. Now, the Intercept is reporting that these there's ventilators and personal protective equipment that were shipped out of the country as late as March 17th to help other people deal with the coronavirus, even after this recent strain had actually reached U.S. soil. Nevertheless, people are continuing to get tested. A lot of really sick people and a lot of wealthy people. There are backlogs of tests at Quest Diagnostics Lab in New Jersey for COVID-19 tests. 160,000 people on the backlog, and people waiting as long as 10 days to get them results back. Greenwald and Graduation Party the New World, or the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So across the U.S., well, we'll start with New York City, where they have over 1,400 people that have died from COVID-19 or coronavirus disease 2019, SARS-CoV-2, that Rona. And make sure you check out Rona, aka BFN World Broadcast number 17. You can find a link in the Black Fox News bio. You know what I'm saying? It's a vodka, and it got motherfucking facts in it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody stay woke. But over in New York City, though, you have Mayor Bill de Blasio that's actually saying that they are in danger of running out of supplies by April. Governor Andrew Cuomo is basically saying they might not see their highest death rate until like July. Across the water, across the Hudson River in Jersey, you got 7 hospitals that have actually reached capacity due to COVID-19 patients, and they're directing people to other hospitals. You actually have over 350 people who have actually died in New Jersey from COVID-19. In Georgia, their death toll is at like 154. They're taking measures to actually going to actually have a shelter in place on Friday, tomorrow, and then a lot of governors are following suit throughout the country. Greenwald and Graduation Party the New World, or the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So House Intelligence Committee Chair Adam Schiff is consulting with lawmakers to actually form a commission similar to the 9/11 Commission to really figure out why was America, the United States of America, so unprepared to deal with this pandemic. You have also the Center for Disease Control that's actually reconsidering, saying that they're considering recommending that everybody in the world should wear masks at this point, contrary to what they were saying before, due to the shortage of supply and the fact that it doesn't really protect you. I mean, the science really shows that you would really only, while it can be airborne, you're really only going to get it. A mask is only going to protect you if you are dealing with somebody up close. But to have everybody wear a mask, I mean, that's on the table at this point. And also, the White House has actually rejected the call to reopen enrollment for the Affordable Care Act, even as the Federal Reserve economists are saying that this pandemic could cause 47 million people to actually become unemployed, and knowing that half of Americans actually get their employment through get their health insurance through employment. Greenwald and Graduation Party the New World, daughter Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News reports. Now, I told y'all about that USS Theodore Roosevelt that was actually out there in the American territory, Guam, out there in the Pacific Ocean yesterday. And there were sailors, and the captain of that boat, Brett Crozier, was actually pleading with U.S. Navy officials in this letter that leaked out to the media, where he's basically saying sailors do not need to die, begging them to release the thousands of sailors that are on the boat due to the fact that some of them had tested positive. Well, they've been allowed to release their sailors, so I think they're being let off in Guam. We'll see what happens with that, because Crozier might face disciplinary action for that letter getting out to the media. Moving on though, legendary jazz pianist in New Orleans, Ellis Marsalis Jr. actually leaving behind 6 sons at age 85 when he fell to the coronavirus. This is a black man. So, but then a white man in Poughkeepsie, New York, Adam Schlesinger, co-founder of the Fountains of Wayne, has also died at age 52 from COVID-19. This is an award-winning, musician, whatever. Co-wrote for Rachel Bloom, and Grammy nominated. He has won a Grammy, has won Emmy, and he's no longer with us. Greenwald graduate. What other in the world though? The Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report, man. These conspiracy theorists is out here getting bold. Federal prosecutors out in Cali actually charged 44-year-old Eduardo Moreno, locomotive driver, who purposely derailed the train trying to basically hit the U.S. Navy hospital ship Mercy, which is actually docked in the port of LA for the purpose of basically relieving the hospitals of LA from COVID-19 patients. Now he derailed this train trying to hit the ship, basically following this conspiracy theory that the ship was there for a government takeover, essentially. Now, me personally, I come from the school where we don't trust government, so you know what I mean? You can't rule that out, I would say, you know what I mean? But it definitely would be more sophisticated than that. I'm just like, that's insane. And y'all stop coming at Dr. Fauci. Anthony Fauci, this is the director of the National Institute of Allergies and Infectious Diseases, the dude that's been constantly correcting Trump about his bullshit coronavirus statistics and suggestions and all of that, whatever. And now people saying he's and then an American thinker, whatever. There's something saying he's in a deep state Hillary Clinton loving stooge or some shit like that. He's getting death threats out here. Stop threatening Dr. Fauci, man. Greenwald graduate. The New World the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. More on how the coronavirus disease outbreak is actually affecting other places. You have in Latin America, Ecuador only leaves behind Brazil. It's only behind Brazil as far as the total number of coronavirus COVID-19 cases, with over 2,700, and they have about 85 people that have died. But authorities have actually recovered, are said to have recovered over 400 bodies in the last 2 days. They are bodies wrapped in plastic bags, literally just out in the streets decomposing, reportedly due to the fact that all of the morgues are full. Then over in the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, the authoritarian president over there, has given authorities the jurisdiction to shoot to kill residents in the town of Luzon that are actually violating the curfew. Now, the whole country has been on curfew for the past 2 weeks, but residents are complaining that they're not getting the food that they were promised or whatever. So out in Manila or whatever, you have residents protesting. So it seems like it might be disastrous, to lead to some disastrous situations over there. Greenwald graduate. The New World the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Make sure you get you some Black Fox News paraphernalia at blackfoxnews.com/shop. You can find a link in any of the video descriptions of our YouTube videos. Also, make sure you check out that Rona, aka BFN World Broadcast number 17. Is some shit that could bump and also is informative or whatever. Definitely check it out. The link is in the Instagram bio for the Black Fox News IG page. Now over to Europe though, COVID-19 is whipping Europe's ass, as I've been reporting to y'all. Over in Spain, they just had a new record high. 950 people died in a single day due to that Rona. So it's bringing their whole death toll over 10,000. Now you have in the United Kingdom, their death toll is over 2,300. They actually just opened their XL Convention Center up to be this giant field hospital that could actually treat up to 4,000 people. And for the first time since World War II, Wimbledon, the tennis tournament, has actually been canceled. And over in Italy, they're at a death toll over 13,000. But check this, the Wall Street Journal was saying that they can't even spare the resources to test every dead body. So the number is expected to be a lot higher. And unfortunately, people are expecting the United States to face a similar fate. We'll see how this shit turn out, though. Shit sound grim. Greenwald graduation. The New World, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So it's looking grim for the jails of United States of America, because people are starting to test positive and even die from coronavirus disease. Over in the Oakdale feds in Louisiana, you had a third person actually died from COVID-19. You in Illinois at the Stateville prison right outside of Joliet, you actually had a 59-year-old dying from COVID-19. Over in Detroit, you had a Michigan Department of Corrections officer that died from COVID-19, and then you're talking about 140 of the prisoners testing positive. And then in the infamous Rikers Island jail in New York City, they actually have the top physician there, Ross McDonald. He's actually saying it's unlikely that they'll even be able to contain the spread of the disease at the prison. 20% of the people infected are going to be hospitalized, and 5% are probably going to need ventilators. You're talking about people being packed to a dorm by the 50 count, and then only sleeping like 15 feet away from each other, 15 inches away from each other, pardon me, with like little access to like soap or gloves or, you know what I mean, any of that shit or whatever. So they feel like that's a public health disaster waiting to happen. People are testing positive all across these jails and these ICE jails, these prisons all across the country. Green War graduate. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler actually is in trouble because basically her husband, who's Jeffrey Sprecher, he's actually the chair of the New York Stock Exchange. They actually invested $200,000 of stock, or invested $200,000 in stock in DuPont. DuPont is a company that actually makes personal protective equipment, among other things or whatever. They actually poison a lot of communities, but you know, check World Broadcast number 11. I'll break that down. But check this out though. They did so in February, ahead of like the market crashing. This is why Kelly Loeffler actually had privileged information about the coronavirus spread. They've dumped millions of stock from companies that actually have since plummeted. And keep in mind that, you know, on some Republican shit, she was trying to downplay the virus, saying Democrats were trying to blow it up at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Richard Burr, you know, the Senate Intelligence Committee chair, he's also on the investigation because he sold $1.7 million worth of stock, you know, in the same time frame, days before the market had crashed. So, you know, they getting privileged information and they making moves off of it. Then trying to fool y'all motherfuckers, y'all stupid ass MAGA motherfuckers, into thinking that this shit has to do with some like Democratic deep state ploy to make Trump look bad, like as if he needs help. Green War graduate. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So while the United Nations has actually indefinitely postponed COP26, the United Nations Climate Summit that was actually set to be in Glasgow, Scotland this year in November, due to fears of the coronavirus pandemic. Nevertheless, over here in the United States, in Wisconsin, they're actually full steam ahead with the elections that are supposed to take place on April 7th for the primary presidential election. Now keep in mind, since March 24th, they've actually had social distancing orders in place. Yet they're going to they're set to invalidate like 450 absentee ballots due to the fact that there was no witness. There were no witnesses near when the person had actually did the signature. So they're doing some funny style stuff over there. Keep in mind that in Florida, 3 poll workers have actually tested positive for coronavirus since their March 17th primary election. So motherfuckers need to take heed. Green War red.